Is it that
7:15?
time?
It's 7:15, but we're here. We're here, folks. We made it.
We're here.
We're
Don't
here
worry.
at Q4 Radio in downtown Chicago.
Oh yeah.
It's a oomy gloomy Thursday night, but that's okay. Our spirits are up, and it's Justice here. Doing all right. Doing all right. How you doing, Dan the man, sitting to my left?
I'm doing all right. You know, I was kind of excited to bike here today. You know, I thought it was going to be nice enough weather, but Mother Nature was
You about that
disagreeing
life,
with me
boss
about
Dan?
that.
I know.
Yeah, sometimes.
He's about that excuses life.
Oh, man. You know, some days I would be, like today I was actually excited to ride a bike and like I wasn't going to make an excuse, but like the rain is the perfect excuse to do that thing.
The one day you were.
The one day I actually wanted to be active on my way here, but
It was like, nah.
yeah,
I'm
it is.
cool.
It is what it is. But yeah, I'm doing all right. Besides that, I hope my boys to my left are doing well. How are you doing, fellas?
Hey, we doing well. We doing well. It's your Money G Note on the mic. Another beautiful Thursday, and we live in Lars.
Yes, sir. You know, it's ISO, and I'm
Can
feeling
ISO?
great. I'm feeling great right now. I'm feeling
Yeah.
great.
We back in Northside Plug,
Yes, sir.
and
What we got in store today, boys?
man, the world. We are in Mars retrograde right now, so everybody.
I didn't know that.
Thin layer of energy. I'm not again. I've been on this show before talking about retrograde and stuff. Like I said last time, I'm no expert in everything, but you know, just
Well, you're
we're
the
in
only
the-
one who brings it up, Jeep McJick.
we're in a thin. Because it's real. Yeah, man. Just it's a thin layer of energy right now, and it's important for everybody to just. It's a time of reflection, and a time, especially, it's a time of reflection before the election. Boom, boom, boom,
Right.
boom, boom, right?
Very true.
Right.
So make sure that you're careful with your selection.
In the upcoming election.
Ooh!
There we go.
If you haven't
There we
registered,
go.
I recently re-registered.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Excellent.
no,
That
I had
deserves
to-
a bell ring. Excellent.
I had to register in Illinois because I was in Indiana last year, so I was registered to vote there. So it was just like a stupid process of having to do
Yeah.
that. But you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to vote. I can't wait. First time voting ever. So, you know, if I can do it, everybody go out there and do it for sure.
And if anything, do a little bit of research on your local senators that are also up for re-election.
Those are
Yeah.
so important.
Very important.
As,
Very
as
Because
important as the bigger elections.
If you don't feel good about your one vote that is obvious that needs to be made by everybody, you might feel a little bit better about making a vote for an official that actually has your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there might be some candidates up there. I am uncultured and have not done enough research to give you any suggestions. So that's my bad.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what?
Yes, it is.
I think that's a good point for us to. What is it? September 10th. We have damn near less than 2 months, right? Maybe next week and starting okay. This is off the dome right now. This is an idea fresh. Like,
Hit me with it.
what if we come back every week until the election, bro, and we come with like one piece of like, I don't know, information or something that you feel like can help, I don't know, that educated yourself, you feel like can help educate others. I don't know. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
this is a good platform for us to be able to, you know, for us to help each other grow and throughout that, you know, throughout our growing process, show the people like, yo, like we can all grow together. You
Yeah,
know?
Right.
100%.
Absolutely. We have 7 shows left until the election.
Okay.
The election's on November 3rd. So, yeah, I actually like that idea. I think that'll make us, like, kind of look into it more about what's going on in these local elections. 'Cause
Yeah.
those are, like I just said, those are as important,
If not more.
if not more important than
Yeah.
the presidential elections. 'Cause
Ooh,
those
let's
ones
make it-
really affect your local, like, just how the taxes and everything goes on in your neighborhood or your wherever you live.
Goals. Let's make it two-parted. Let's make it a wager. Not a wager, but a pact. I don't know.
Okay.
No, it sounds less. That sounds more sinister. But let's just an agreement.
Yeah.
An agreement amongst professionals here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's each research one individual candidate, whether it's someone you support or want to bring attention to. Maybe someone is less qualified than one might say they are. Just one candidate. We'll talk about it and discuss it, and then also one new album.
Oh, 100%.
We're going to get back to the
Two-parted.
OG days.
Yeah,
two-parted, guys.
100%.
All right, here.
I
we're,
think that's easy enough.
we're going to write this down. Again, we're all growing together right at this moment, right? So,
Yes.
Justin, repeat what you said. One
Candidate
candidate.
that's up for election, whether
Okay.
it's someone that you support or feel like you need to highlight,
Okay.
and one new album that's out
One
recently
album.
within the past 60 days.
60
Okay,
days.
for sure.
And to all of our listeners, to our viewers, anybody that's tuning into us.
And our caller line, Dan.
312-985-7834.
Excellent. Make sure that you call that number. Hey, I mean, we could really start something right here. You know, like this doesn't have to be limited to us. This can be limited to the Northside Plug family. And you know, if we can maybe start getting some callers in, and you know, also with the same type of participation, right? Say they call and they have some information on a candidate or just any type of education on the election or whatever they feel like. It doesn't have to be on the election either. It can just be some sort of insight on, you know, what's going on, what's important. And I feel like if I don't know, if we can motivate some people, there might be some rewards, you know.
Some ripples, man. That's all we need to do.
Definitely,
just do our part that way, you know. Like we're about the culture. We're about, you know, there are people putting in the work too. You know what I mean? Like, the attention needs to be obviously focused on the people who are going to be shaping our future.
No doubt.
The people underneath the hood, I feel need to get some attention too. You know, so the music, as well as, you know, I'm excited to be doing some research that's outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Speaking honestly.
Definitely. That's growth, man. I mean, that's all about growth, and that's what I feel like. I think we were even saying it a few weeks ago, but that's what I think this time period is. You know, we're on the outside looking in of summer. I mean, it's not officially over, but weather-wise, it's gearing towards, right? And just the vibe. And I think now it's more of okay, it's been a hell of a year. The year's not over, but at the same time, like, let's see where we're at right now, and let's gear up towards this short-term future. And, you know, 2021's coming and so on. Like, there's so much more. And let's, you know.
And let's appreciate the good things that did come out of this. There was a lot of crazy, great things. One, the NBA bubble. I think that experience, I mean, not that the playoffs are ever dry, but, you know, it added just a different dynamic to the playoffs, which was awesome. I don't know if any of you been watching any of the Verses, but those are pretty dope. So, I mean, there was a lot.
Man, DMX came out with a feature, bro, or as a feature. That
new DMX,
bro, it's crazy. Hot. It's hot. Yeah. I was listening to it in the studio with Jake Sprong with Suburb, and like I heard it from my phone the first time. I was like on Spotify, but I didn't hear the low end to it. You know what I mean? It's like you hear the adaptability to it, and what's so like it gets me passionate because I was just talking with somebody when I was working at Jewel, you know, and I was like literally in the cutting room just talking about like, man, if you are the type of artist to get DMX to come out of retirement and like hop on a feature like it's the start of a new wave, you know what I mean? That you can hear the adaptability in that track, and it's like not about this or something like that. It's with by the Locks.
Okay.
The LOX.
Okay.
It's a good listen.
No, definitely. I actually took the time to listen to the Big Sean album, and so I listened to it first and I didn't really like it, but I listened to it again and it's pretty good. It's like, I don't know, I've never been a really big Big Sean fan, but like it was really, really good, and it was really great hearing Nipsey, honestly. That was what stood out most to me, was just whenever you get a Nipsey Hussle feature, as a person who didn't listen to him a lot before his death, it's always nice to hear him on a track. It's just different. It's definitely different.
It's a unique situation too for someone who has a post-mortem, like that wasn't intended to be a post-mortem track, but then you know, like it skews the whole, you can't just drop it right away, especially if you've been having it on the back burner.
Of course.
You know, you have to place it at a methodical time. You can't drop it close to the death because it'll seem like you're trying to cash in on the death, but like, you know, but after time, you know, like it just becomes a statement anywhere that you place it, you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to make that statement, you place that track there depending on the statement you're trying to make. But yeah, it's definitely a unique situation. People with Mac Miller features that are still, Mac Miller's still coming out with music, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like it's weird because like for Nipsey, I feel like you can get different types of vibes. It's like you listen to new Mac Miller now, it's always like it's like revisiting a certain hurt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
Like Nipsey, he had that uplift. He had that pure like uplift, that up vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you, sorry, I'm losing my point. But
No, we get you.
No, we get you.
what I'm saying.
100%. No, it's like with when I listen to Pop Smoke, and it's like I'm not even a huge Pop Smoke fan now, but like what he was talking about is like it hurts because he's always like, oh, come pull up, come shoot me, come do whatever, and it's like that's unfortunately the way you passed, and it was just like. It's hard to listen. It's hard to listen to Pop Smoke as well.
Same with like Juice WRLD, bro.
Oh,
You know,
Juice
like
WRLD is the worst.
it's the same thing, and he's literally like, I
rapping
think
about how like
yeah.
the drugs are getting really bad for him.
Yeah,
and stuff
Juice,
like
and I think Juice, you know, Mac X, you know, like it's all kind of a similar like.
Yeah.
They were they were all ahead of their time in their own way. You know, like they were all just, all these great artists that have passed, you know, and it's just unfortunate. But at the end of the day, man, like I feel like the good die young, but you know that means that they made a stronger impact, you know, than most ever will in life, which is crazy, right?
Right.
What's crazy is like the more and more that you learn as an artist, as a creative, the more that you can see the skill gap when you're kind of in that like underground phase. When you see people like Mac in the studio, you know what I mean? I was watching just a Pro Tools session, you know what I mean? Understanding how someone shaped a whole sound and environment while understanding like the back end of so much of this stuff. Watching all these people like that, I guess I'm talking specifically who are directly involved with the entire process, like people like Young Thug who are like in there during the mixing process and like, no, I want it to sound like that, this and that. I don't know, you still feel like the gravity of that pocket of an environment that they made. I feel the significance of it, you know what I mean? Because it's such a hard thing to craft.
Yeah,
it's so misinterpreted for how hard it is to create a pocket of space for people to still feel it after you're not making music anymore, son. You know, because it's just vocals. It's just at the end of the day, they're post-mortem. It's just vocals and decisions and made that have rippled down, unless they have altered the original composition to a point that you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I guess I'm rambling a bit, but like, it's something that it's hard. It's a hard concept to understand. Like, true artistry and being misunderstood as an artist because of the difficulty and like the true intelligence that it takes in order to create that space for everybody to really relate to if they want to.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you hear such a difference sometimes between real artists and people who just kind of get on tracks and then like, okay, do your thing. You know what I mean? When you're involved in that whole process, it sounds different. And obviously it's going to sound exactly how you want it to sound. A lot of times there's a lot of people who make music, they'll lay down the verse, it'll sound good to them, and then they just leave it in the hands of whoever their engineer is or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like not sitting there, and then you hear it, it's like, oh, I didn't want it to sound like that. It's like, well, I mean, this is some other dude's vision of how you should sound. It's not your actual vision of how you should sound. And I encourage all artists, even if you don't know much at first, like pay attention to whatever the engineer is doing, whatever the producer is doing, and then comment, ask them, like literally ask them, okay, so what are you doing with this? Why did you make my vocal sound like this? Like, are you putting it in the right key as the beat? And because all of that matters. And then like once you figure that out and you're sitting there working hand in hand with the engineer, working hand in hand with your producer, it's your music is different. It doesn't sound the same. Like, there's been times I made a million tracks where I was just getting on somebody's beat and rapping, and then I made music, and it's like, oh, this is different. It's more effort. You can't just knock out 30 songs. It's like, oh, but I have to sit here and figure out this and finish this, and this doesn't sound right. Why doesn't it? Could you tweak my voice? And like, being in the studio with you all have really helped me do that. As more be like, okay, I know what I want to sound like. I don't want to sound like this. I want to sound like that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people deal with it's called imposter syndrome. I deal with it a lot, where I feel like, man, like I know what it takes in order for A to sound like Z. You know what I mean? And I understand the steps from A to Z. I guess just like understanding the difference between understanding something in your head versus like actualizing it.
Yeah.
You know, the only way that I can push myself to that next phase to get myself out of that imposter syndrome type of mindset where I feel like, you know, I'm trying to do something that I'm not cut out to do. You know what I mean? When I just literally putting myself in positions where I can learn from other people.
Exactly.
In terms of like, you know, whether it's mentorship or whether it's cooperation, sometimes you need one more than the other, but I feel like both in and of itself. You know, like I've been feeling it a lot because I kind of relocated and whatnot, but like even just like one instance, this every week has literally been saving me for the most part. I don't want to like say saving me, but like just like my mental in terms of like where I want to go in terms of my mental space for what I'm trying to actualize. And my recommendation for people who share this sentiment, that understand like that the more that you basically just put yourself out there and continue to think critically, which is what I'll hammer home for a lot of people all the time, you'll see that next pedestal, that next step up in your own work.
Yeah. And that was like, I linked up with Justino earlier this week, and we were kind of chopping it up. And bro, like what you just said about mentorship and like, you know, the power of collaboration and helping yourself, like that's kind of the point I was trying to get across to you, you know, which is so important in the sense of like, you know, we're all, especially within this country, right? Like we're all individuals and we all do our things. Of course, right? We all got to live our day-to-day life and stuff. But there's so much power in the understanding of community, right? And the understanding of that, okay, yes, you know, I'm dealing with this and Dan's dealing with that and we're all dealing with, right? But if we can deal with these things together, and it's not saying, we got to beat down each other's throats all the time, whatever, but it's, you know, understanding, and it's not, again, it's not us, it's just a sense of community. Like when a community just has an overall understanding of its needs and just how to like uphold itself, you know, that's how that ship really continues to float.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man, I just really feel, and that's what I feel like I wake up every day and I continuously try to convey to people, you know, and I really believe in, you know, because we're so lost, and I feel it. I feel it whenever I'm roaming around in life. I feel like more times than not, the people that I'm conversing with or just around or just strangers or whatever, just don't get it, right? And are just lost within the loop of it all, and you can kind of get that sense. And I just wish like what we're doing right now, what we're building, like I wish more people could understand that, and rather than say like, okay, well, we're Northside Plug and we're building this, and then just to use as an example, like Breakfast Club is doing their thing, blah blah blah, and we have to, you know, put all our chips in to make sure that we're better than them, you know, that type of mentality. Like none of that matters, because at the end of the day, like they're trying to eat, we're trying to eat, they're feeding a different crowd, we're feeding a different crowd. And if everyone could understand that, okay, we're all trying to build and we're all trying to feed our people, and then bring that all together. If everyone could understand that, man, like we would live in a whole different world. But we live in a world where everybody's just like, I gotta eat, yeah. And I'll give you the scraps if you know,
if it suits me.
If it's right, exactly.
We'll know when we start. We'll know personally when we are attributing to that change when our general topic of conversation changes. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be by necessity. And my example is like someone like Ken, like I pull up Kenny Beats all the time because he's like the go-to if you like want to pick someone's like a producer's brain about what they're thinking about when they're making something in the studio. You know what I mean? And we're people who like we're intrinsically like conscientious and thoughtful and can give food for thought. But people come onto Northside Plug to people who listened into us come to Northside Plug to pick our brains for that. And when it comes down to the masses in general, the mass of people will be coming to the table because they know that we're doing the most of our damage outside of Northside Plug, and they want to try and pick our brains as much as they can so that they can make those changes for themselves. Because we're still the students, man, until we got that thing that people can point to and be like, they did it, they have that for themselves. Because we still like the proofs and there's nothing that can be denied for the legitimacy of what we are. But it's just the bricks and the pieces that we do to build this castle, man. The only way that we're gonna see it is when we just keep building the castle together on our own. Cumulatively, we Northside Plug, you know what I mean? And everybody that comes, and that's the thing that's most exciting, is that the topic of conversation to the people that want to listen will change. The topic of conversation will change sheerly because of the types of people that will be interacting with during Northside Plug. It'll be an opportunity-based thing. The opportunity to have screen time with whoever sees what we're doing.
Also.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm just. First touchdown of the NFL season, ladies and gentlemen. First touchdown of the season.
And I think too, bro. Before we transition, going off of your point, I think it's cool, bro. Especially I think this is what you especially bring to the table in Northside Plug, bro. Is within the show itself, I feel like we gonna look back on some of our shows and you'll look back to what you just said right now and be like, damn, I was right. Damn,
I said it, bro.
I'll spin that
pull
true.
Pull up that episode.
But it's cool because it's
not the Mercury retrograde, the Mars retrograde.
The Mars retrograde. And it's cool, bro, because it's just it shows how aware we are within the present moment, bro. And to be honest, bro, I've been listening to some of our earlier music that we've made, and I'm like, damn, bro, this is what we were on back then, and we're still on this wave, just on a different level. And it's exactly what you're saying. I don't even want to say it's the topic of discussion is different, but it's just you can just sense the growth, right? And I don't know, bro. I think it's cool to be able to step back and be able to be like, yo, this is what we're doing, and not to say this is what we're doing, but it's be aware in the sense of these are the good things and this is what we can improve on, right?
Well, here's the thing.
Some people learn from our mistakes.
Some people have personal journals, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit arbitrary and a little bit mundane, a little bit boring. I don't know. I feel like if I ever have a therapist a good therapist that cares about me, that wants to pick my brain, I'd be go watch some of my episodes. You know what I mean? I have it all. I don't pull my punches when it comes to stuff that we talk about here. If anything, I'm the most fired up when I'm talking here. So everything that I say in the moment, I want to say has a reason. I don't want to say I'm mean, because I guess
you're just you.
I might
bro.
not. Yeah, bro. Bro. I might not know what I'm talking about all the time, but
you're just you. Which is a good thing.
I don't know. I guess just talking generally about what doing this does for us. It's it's just a way to add some order into our life.
No
you know
doubt.
What I mean, amongst everything, we're still able to come in and do this, and that's there's no doubt. It's obvious. It's as big of a blessing as it could be.
No doubt.
And it's also just a huge opportunity too.
Yeah.
Just the foot traffic is down. You know what I mean? Everybody's looking for someone to look to.
Yeah.
And we're in a better position than I feel like we've ever been. You know what I mean?
Agree.
My credit went up 100 points in a month, son. I'm rolling right now. I'm looking for any reason to sauce myself up. Man, I gotta get me a car soon or something. No, I'm God, bro. If I get a car, once I get mobility,
changes the game,
it's
bro.
coming,
Trust.
man. It's coming for
It
sure.
changes the game.
Yeah.
And go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say, it's just the reason we're all feeling this is just we've all started to come into this this year is kind of, I don't know for y'all, but for me especially, it's been just real growth and an understanding
no doubt.
wow, this is what we on, what other people on, and having that, thanking God, I have the intelligence to kind of see through the BS, and seeing through that. Yeah, it sucks, but at the same time, it's like I'm growth, and you hear it, you do hear it, like you said, you hear it in the music, you hear it, and when we're talking, you hear it everywhere because we're just the growth is there, the understanding is there, and it's just next level.
Yeah, and that's life, man. And I think if you didn't take something out of this year, if you didn't learn one thing out of this year, man, where were you? You know, real talk, where were you? Because this, and everybody's like, oh, I just want this year to be over and blah 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 blah.
Man,
I can tell you right now, this year is only laying the groundwork of the rest of our lives. Whether that's good or bad, whatever. Like this year is only going to continue on what is to be for whatever that is, you know. And either we could mope and be like, or you know, just like you said, like we're in this position, let's make the best of it, bro.
And the thing is, like, I feel like we've done. Oh, I'm sorry. I got that, reggae, man. Okay, I'm gonna turn this up just a smidge. Okay, there we go. I was looking at the beginning once everything was kind of like blowing up at one time. Everything was blowing up at one time. What felt like for a long period of time. You know, there's something new. It's just like you couldn't step anywhere without like stepping on some sort of landmine. Yeah. And throughout a lot of that time, a lot of the irregularity when we couldn't do this, even when we were coming back, it's just like what is my purpose? You know what I mean? You know, it was never it was never a mystery. I just needed to recalibrate. You know what I mean? This has been a really good what's it called? A catalyst for that recalibration. Yeah. And it just makes me want to just learn more and go harder on this music, bro. Yeah, like I'm just like what can I do tonight? Like it's good on the nights when I can afford to kick my ass for not making enough music, bro. You know what I mean? When I'm not worrying about where's my money I'm not worrying about like where's my money coming from right now, food on my plate, roof over my head. I'm not worried about any of that right now. My safety, the safety of the people I love, not worried about any of that. And I can't ask for anything more right now. I'm blessed, and I feel like I've reiterated all the things that I can do well, that I can use to make a difference right now, and that's the music. That's this platform. We're here now with the music, bro. I don't have a degree because I believe in myself enough to put my chips on the table and be like, this music is what I need to do. And it's not good enough yet, and that's fine. That's still fine for me. Yeah, I'm hungry, bro. I'm hungry. I'm antsy, and I'm proud of myself for that. I'm just gonna be proud of myself for that, and let it be that, and just like keep going, bro. Like,
amen, bro. Hey, amen. I wanna to piggyback off of that, bro. I wanna shout out my cousin that I got to see this weekend. He has his own company called Bay Area Sound Systems in obviously Bay Area. But he like within my family dynamic, he's the oldest out of all my cousins, right? And this man like came from Wisconsin, bro, like from like middle of nowhere, and literally that, bro, like he just honed in, like he in whatever throughout his journey, bro, he found like, yo, like this is what I want to do, which is music as well, audio engineering, DJ type of stuff, and then expanded. He pretty much does what Q4 does for the most part. And like seeing him like literally more than a decade later, and we were just catching up, chopping it up, you know. I mean last time he seen me was a little kid, you know, so you know it was cool to be able to slowly be able to share like, okay, this is what I'm on, and we're on, you know, like we keep in contact, but this is the first time we actually like seen each other in a long time, bro. So my point being is that like this is a man, like he's 33 now, bro. Like he's established within what he wants to do, bro. And that's the same thing, like what you were saying, bro. Like he took that risk, bro. He said, okay, like he went to, I think he went to school for audio engineering or whatever, you know, blah, blah, blah. But bro, this man like said, F it, I'm gonna go to Denver. F it, I'm gonna go to Hawaii. You feel me? Like F it, I'm gonna go to Cali. Like he made every decision that he like, anything that he wanted out of his life, bro, he made that happen. And seeing him this weekend was like, yo, like his energy literally projects his hard work, what he was and who he is and what he's trying to continuously grow and to be. And it was just really cool to be able to like see that and know what we're on and be like, damn, like we're on some good stuff right now. And exactly that, bro. It's just like, it goes back to, you know, honing in what we have, and just taking the opportunities to continuously grow. And yeah, that's why I like that mentor stuff and being in spaces and being in environments where like, you know, you can just, I don't know, bro, like do something different outside of the day-to-day thing. But then it's like you be in those spaces, and whether they're older, younger, whatever, just like different energies that are on the same wavelength of what you're doing in whatever way, like that's just an automatic opportunity for growth.
Yeah.
And I think the more that we go out and seek that, not just music or whatever, but just in general as humans, the more that you go out, and as hard as it can be and as deep as things can be, the more that you go out and like seek opportunities, whether it's like for yourself or to give to others, like more than not, you're gonna come out of that like feeling good or feeling better than you did before, you know, when you're like, I don't know if I should.
Bro, I straight up I shoot for that last moment in life, for like, what's that last gut reaction I have before I pass over into potentially any freaking thing that our soul passes on to, bro. Like what is that like? I feel like that's the thing that you materialize for yourself as a soul, like that last gut reaction. Like, what do you feel? Regret? Do you feel content? Do you feel like I don't care like where this ends up at the end of the day, bro. I just want to give myself continuous reasons to want to do it.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, if I don't want to, I'm at the end of the day, I miss having the drive to like get excited about it. Like that's it's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
And when I can, it just comes down to like kicking myself in the ass and finding that reason. You know what I mean? The day that I decide that I don't need to move around anymore is the day that like I'll die.
Yeah.
I don't my body will let me know when that's the time. But until then, man, like I'm just gonna keep walking this road with us, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, man. That's real spiel. That's real spiel.
It's like we're right now we're like a horse carriage, and we have to take turns like being the horse.
Yeah, I feel you. But that's what makes things, I don't want to say easier, but makes things a little like, at least within your mind, it's like makes things feel a little smoother, because it's like, okay, I'm not just trying to push this whole carriage by myself 24/7. It's like, okay, I know if I need to rest a little, I like my people got my back, you know, and the feeling's mutual, you know, for everyone, I feel like.
Right.
And the more that builds, you know, and the more that it continues, it's just the more that it becomes true. Not to say that it wasn't true in the beginning, you know. That's, I think, that's when it's the truest, right? When something starts and something's like truly at the core. But when you're able to build something that's true and something that people see as like, yo, like, not just like, oh, I want it, but like I want to be a part of it. I want to learn from it. I want to maybe help, whatever, you know, like it's not like, this stuff is so beyond the individual. This is so like Northside Plugged is so beyond just four guys just talking about stuff on the radio. This is like Northside Plugged, and even more so Q4 is like a super duper opportunity for everybody, if you're able to, you know, find your way into this lane, to be able to, I don't know, man, to step outside of yourself and become a part of something bigger.
Facts.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to say it.
And I feel like that's the only way you really, you know, you do grow, is to attach yourself to something bigger and keep pushing towards what you want to do, your dreams and goals, you know, because one, nobody is going to pull you along to do it. You got to push yourself as much as you want to be there for the people around you, and you will be, you still have to pull your weight. And then, you know, when you can help others, you know, they're real friends, they're going to help you as well. But, you know, like, it goes back to growth, honestly. That's what it comes back to, you know?
No
Cool
doubt.
to do Northside Plugged every day.
You said what?
So it'd be cool to do Northside Plugged every day.
Yeah.
Big facts.
We're getting there, man. We're getting there. We just gotta, you know, we're trying to get more space and everything. And I don't know, man. Like we're
ain't worried
building
about
towards it. We're not worried about it, but at the same time, it's like
Yeah,
you just build and grow to it. Well, I think this has been very insightful discussion, chat. We'll take a quick little break. Let all of that information, all that pure knowledge, let it seep into the brain waves, and we'll be right back after these short messages. Northside Plug.
Black I could find my black Cinderella, I would be a happy, happy man. Where can I find my black Cinderella? I've got to find my black Cinderella. She cannot be far away. Oh, my black Cinderella.
Rent man $1 for your rent. Oh yeah. Can find out food. Oh yes. Rent man, the rent man, the rent man, the rent man. Now we've been working all day long to pay the rent man in this hot fiery feeling burning sun. Our offering like pay that we get for the day. I say the rent man is back on us to take it all away. The rent man, the rent man, rent man, the rent man. He say, tomorrow is another rent day. Not even a dime, not even a dime. So when the rent man comes, honey, tell him that, say you won't get no money for this bad living. Then I'm in flat. Say you won't get no money for this bad living. Then I'm in flat. The rent man, the rent man, Lord, the rent man, the rent man. I've been to the red board more than several times. Oh yeah, they dish me dirt every time. So rent man, $1 for your rent. Oh, $1 for your rent. Oh yeah. Say you won't get no money for this bad living. Then I'm in flat. Say you won't get no money for this bad living. Then I'm in flat. The rent man, the rent man. Lord, rent man, oh, $1 for your rent man.
I said I tell them a
around, guys. Let's
Hey.
focus. Let's focus, guys. Come on. Tee up.
It's Justino's world. We're just living in it.
What? Stop the wrestling, guys.
Knock it off.
Quit it. Jinx, you owe me a soda, Justin.
Guys,
That'll be 1 nickel.
there'll be one airhead.
What flavor?
I don't know, man.
Boo.
Give me that blueberry.
Yo,
No,
they-
give me that white one.
They all
Blueberry.
taste the same.
That mystery one.
Mystery.
Tastes like,
That's
I had a mystery.
I never knew what the mystery flavor was.
It's the same.
Chemicals.
No,
It's the
cherry.
same flavor, but I don't know
Cherry.
what
all
it is.
the same flavor.
The white
They're
one's
just different
cherry,
color.
right?
It's your brain telling you that it's different. The taste different.
It's the evil
It's like-
corporations
it's
tricking
like-
you.
Well, they tricked me because I bought
It's like
more.
Skittles.
Yum yum.
It's like Skittles, yo. Skittles is all the same. They just put it different little colors.
Nah, bro, them yellows is nasty, boy. Them yellows and greens is nasty, bro. I'll open the Skittles, bro. All I want is the purple, and all I want is the
Yo,
red
you
ones, bro.
crazy.
I don't even want the orange ones, bro.
You
Throw
leave
all
them
them
in
shits. I'll just pick them mugs out.
You gonna put it on a paper plate.
Yeah, just like in kindergarten, you in the experiments and stuff. Well, if you have this many in the bag,
Never.
bro, I used to be slamming them M&Ms, bro. They
on baby.
they say
Yo,
don't eat
I
them
s-
M&Ms,
yo,
boy.
I s-
I'm halfway through the bag before the
Yo,
experiment
so
starts.
I saw the funniest video on Facebook. There was this kid doing like a baking project.
Oh, there's
Yeah, this kid every time she's add another ingredient, this man just digging in the bowl and trying
she
to
cracks
get
the
more.
egg. She overcome.
He's digging in the bowl and had me dead. I was like, this is crazy. This is
Yeah.
beyond me.
Kids are crazy, man. Kids are a wild thing. Hey, man, speaking of kids, bro, I want to shout out all the kids right now that are back in the swing of school. You know,
Yep,
I
doing it
think
online.
they're all going through something that, you know, none of us are ever going to understand, man, in terms of, like, growing up. And
Yo, hey, I'm
you
gonna
know?
be honest. Thank God we ain't had nothing like
I
that.
know.
Cause I'll be honest with you, half these kids should probably not pass,
No.
and they might get passed because, I mean, who really is finna sit in front of a computer and really engage all day? It's like, nah, that's. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I know what I'd be doing all day, and it wouldn't be on the computer. Exactly, all day. What? OG not at the crib, you wildin', man. I'm out in the streets, out about. Finna set up the little computer, have a chair sitting there, and me not in that mug.
Bro, I'm a the teacher going to be like, why do you keep leaving the shot? I got to use the bathroom, teacher.
I'm camera shy.
Like when Lil Wayne was on the court side for the Lakers and he had to do a quick little to lean out of the picture for a quick second. But shouts out to all the teachers, man, going through it too. They're
100%.
like they're trying to figure out as well as the students are, but it's
Probably more challenging for them, to
Yeah.
be
yeah.
honest.
I mean, if you're trying to teach, imagine trying to teach like kindergartners right now.
Yeah, that's
Like
crazy.
you're telling like a 4 to 5 year old child, hey, sit in front of this computer and you're gonna learn from this, and like they don't like for them to like conceptualize that, it's not that easy. So like props to all the teachers, no matter what age, kindergarten, high school, whatever age you got teachers out there. Props to you for continuing to be some of the most underpaid and underappreciated people.
100%.
Just keep doing you and keep fighting because we respect the hell out of you for what you guys do every day.
Yeah, I'm glad I changed my major because I would not want to be. I was an education major. I do not want to be teaching no kids over the computer, man. More power to all y'all though, for sure.
Dan, what do you think Keith is up to right now? What do you think Keith would say in this time and moment? We need a Keith quote, just in terms of like sports, just like the world. Like where would this man's head be at right now, bro? For the people that don't know who I'm talking about, shout out Keith Lambrick. That's our OG sports management
Shouts out
professor / director. That's the man.
What is Keith doing right now?
What is he saying, bro?
I think he's gonna. He takes everything into a lesson, no matter what's going on. So I think he's like, you know, how we're gonna learn different, just like the athletes are doing things different, just like their businesses are doing things different.
Yeah.
It's just all about us trying to adapt and overcome the obstacles and still provide a great product or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Would be what Keith would say, and just like saying that this isn't a moment for us to kind of how we were just talking about. It's not a moment for us to sit back. It's for us to take action and continue to do what we would normally do and not let this pandemic and this virus kind of get the better of us. I think that's along the lines of something he would say.
Whoa. Wait. Hold up.
Whoa.
Low key. No, high key. What's up with gym teachers right now?
Yo,
Out of a job,
that's
boy.
Crazy.
Eating ice cream, watching this football
that's
game. That's what
crazy.
gym teachers are doing.
Nah, they probably got you doing a little exercise and all right now class.
Stand in front of the camera.
Health
and
class 365.
Dodgeball.
Now he's like standing.
Now
in
you
front of the
dietitians.
camera.
Everyone do 10 jumping jacks in front of the camera, in front of your laptop right now.
I wish somebody would say that to me, bro. I'm gonna laugh that man out of town. What you mean?
So I need you guys to watch the playoffs tonight, and let me know what
Take
your
some
opinion
notes.
is.
Take some notes.
Write a quick paragraph and
Bro, that used to be our homework.
Submit it sometime before the end of the semester.
Let me know which guy you think sweat the most out there, okay? Which guy used the most energy?
Bro, that's like damn near half of our homework for sports management, bro. Was like watch this, watch that, blah blah blah. It was decent, bro. Like that shit was decent. Oops, sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, man. I feel like, man, like these kids, bro. Like people complain about our generation having no like respect for authority.
Yeah.
Generation Z, these kids now, bro.
No respect.
Bro, they're
Crazy
gonna have
talk.
absolutely no. They're gonna think
They
they run the
already
world.
have. They
you know?
already have no respect for
They
authority.
don't, but still even more. Even like after this, you know, like
Yeah.
man, we saw it firsthand, bro.
Children are wild, and also parents. Whatever you think your children are not watching you, they most definitely
They
are.
watching.
Because the stuff that like some of these kids would definitely say, it was like, man, you saying that to us? Like, I imagine what you say to your parents. That's crazy. I couldn't fold at all. Could not fold.
Kids say the darndest things, eh?
Yeah. Except to my mama, you wasn't.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
all life.
Yeah, it's like all those, like going back to like the gym teachers. What about like your art teacher, your music teacher? Like
Dang.
maybe art and music you could get away with it, but like how many kids are gonna have like art supplies in their own home?
Yeah,
like,
no,
or
it's
like music, you're gonna be like, everyone take out your recorders.
so
Yeah.
what?
What kids are gonna go and get a recorder? You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
play hot cross buns.
Do you know if computers or whatever was provided for CPS kids?
I'm not sure what
I
the
doubt
deal
it.
was.
CPS?
But that's the thing. It's like, how many kids may not have a computer at the crib? So what do they
Bruh.
do? So they're just screwed or something?
Bro,
like,
think about this. This is my perception of this, bro. I went to Lane Tech, bro. There's 4,000 kids in that school alone.
Of course.
You think they're gonna give CPS is cheap, but you think they're gonna give every single one of them kids a computer? I'm not, I'm just saying,
Nah.
like, bro, like, there's absolutely no way.
Absolutely
And you
not.
distribute that amongst. I mean, think about it, bro. Out of like over 550, I want to say like 570 some, or maybe 6 some. Let's say between 550 and 650 is the number of total CPS schools within the city.
Mm-hmm.
I think out of all of those, between 9 and 13 is a selective enrollment school.
Mm-hmm.
Lane Tech being one of them, meaning that they're basically like funded better.
Right.
So with that being said, if these selective if I don't have faith that these selective enrollment schools are gonna be able to distribute, computers, there's no way in these in underfunded communities.
That's crazy. So I just want that was my question. Like, what do you think they do? Like, do you just not go to school? You just like
there's a lot of kids falling under the cracks that aren't being talked about right now, bro, for sure. And I mean that's not based off of any facts or not. That's just me kind of being practical and being like, I mean, like you got a whole bunch of kids that are blessed to have, a computer or something at the crib, and that's great. That's awesome. But there's another side to everything, and I can't imagine how many kids are, like, just think about the media for, like how much goes on in the world and how much the media chooses to portray, and within that, how, what they portray, how they portray it, right? So it's the same type of thing, bro. Like, you got all these kids, only so many kids are being accounted for. Unfortunately, all the kids should be accounted for, right?
Yep.
But only so many kids are being accounted for, and I mean, it was hard to get kids in school before all this.
of course.
That's the thing, like, I can't, I could think about so many people that I knew that couldn't
That's
stay
what
in
I
school,
said, like,
you know?
That's why I said what I said. Because truthfully, if I was in that position, especially as a high schooler, you know, like you don't want to be in there to begin with. So
Exactly.
like now you got to get on the computer. What?
Yeah,
What do you computer?
I would
You'll
Yeah.
survive,
dead.
son. Here's the thing. Here's what I think about like upbringings in life, and when it comes to like schools and selections and stuff, like what kids should get, like what schools should get what, and like just baseline amenities.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Yeah, but not
here.
even not even computers. Like, what about internet access?
Exactly.
That's
Like-
yeah.
Like,
Right,
did
yeah.
you hear that story about those two girls who were using the free Wi-Fi in the
Yeah.
Taco Bell parking lot
Yeah.
so they
One
could do their
case,
schoolwork? It's just like it's just a weird time, and like it's unfortunate that a lot of kids. I did a quick search. It's 640 something schools in the Chicago.
Yeah.
640 plus schools in the Chicago public school district.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those kids like do not have the means to like actually
Yeah.
take the classes online?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like, it's just such a terrible situation that it's like a necessary evil almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the thing too, bro, is you gotta think like for kids, bro, kids are so much impacted and shaped by their communities and their environments, right? So it's, you know, you have all these kids on the south and west sides, for example, right? You know, they're not putting money into these communities, so there's no resources. So a lot of the parents, a lot of the community members just, you know, aren't really doing anything with their lives. They're not, you know, great role models. It's not to say everyone, you know, but it's just more so. And when you're in a community like that and you have a kid that, you know, has to do this, has to endure this type of school, okay, not only, it's like, it's okay, for school, okay, I can't go back. I'm thinking of a third grader in the hood, right? Now I can't go to school, so I have to do school on a laptop, but I don't have a laptop, nor do I have internet access. So that means, and let's just say, right, theoretically, I only have one parent, if I'm lucky, that somewhat gives a rat's butt about what I do. And even so, if they do, they could care all they want, but they just might not have the resources
Exactly.
or the ability to give that child what they need, right? So you have all these different factors that, again, within this country are not being talked about or are being unaccounted for, not being thought about. You know, it's just the middle class and upper class and blah blah blah. You know, but this is going on. You know, like this is true. I got family worrying about stuff like this. So it's just like it all goes back to how we started the show, you know, doing your research, finding those politicians within your community that you know, aldermans, whatever, that you know are going to help redistribute, help fund these communities. Because at the end of the day, bro, you go to, even within our neighborhood, like, you know, there's so many foreclosed spaces, you know,
Yeah.
so many foreclosed I mean, not so much houses around where we stay, but it's more so businesses. But still, you know, in so many other areas where there's so many foreclosed housing, and you have all of these people now, not more than in damn near more of in less than a century since the Great Depression, you know, homeless. So it's just a big cluster F of nobody. A lot of people, nobody caring, not a lot of people being accounted for. So going back to what Justin had said in terms of like that I forgot exactly how you worded it, but that like underestimated lower facet that has to look out for the people, because otherwise ain't nobody else gonna look out for them. You know. So that's kind of the situation we're at with the schools.
It's crazy, man. That's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like at the same time, these kids are going to be able to be a little more creative. And I feel like kids are going to understand, like, these kids are going to be a little more, like, family driven, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, because they're growing up around their family all the time. And
Yeah.
you know, maybe it's like, okay, that's another way of, like, building community. Because it's like, think about it. All of these, aunts, uncles, moms, dads, sisters, brothers, cousins, whatever, you know, you know, you got all these young ones, these little ones. I mean, someone's got to teach them. You know, I mean, someone's got to put that kid in his seat and make sure that he's good. You know, my 3-4-year-old nephew. There was no way this little man is sitting in front of a computer, bro. It took one day. They're like, "No, we taking this boy to school, bro."
It's over with.
You know, so it's just like it takes a community to raise a child for sure.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be more important now than ever.
Yeah, and I mean, like for some children, especially older children, they're going to seek out whatever they need, and they're gonna push themselves because they want to learn. They want to put themselves in that position. Yeah. The sad thing for me is the people who they don't really know how to go to the right path, and so they choose the wrong path. Yeah. And unfortunately, there's nobody to really be able to push them, steer them in the right direction, especially now that there is school online and whatever, you know. So it's crazy. There is what we see now. I mean, this may be the new normal. Who knows? But the best thing you can do is just, you know, try to finesse the situation. That's kind of all you have to do, you know.
Yeah. I don't think in terms of school, I don't think it's gonna be like this forever.
Well, of course, but you know,
I think society is craving like normalcy in terms of social interaction, but I think everything that's going on right now is gonna be applied to what becomes our new normal, right? So like right now we're just in a super duper trend. The next, like, ever since this COVID started and probably until another year and a half, hopefully not that long, but that's gonna be kind of the short end era of this type of vibe that we're living in right now, you know, and then hopefully we can get on the outside of it. Because, I mean, if history repeats itself, you know, like, as messed up as the Spanish flu was, they got on the other side of it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, God willing that, you know, we take all the right steps moving forward and are able to get this under control, we can continue life, right?
Yeah, because Cancun next year, baby.
And here's the thing, like, 2020 as a year is like one big reminder to everybody who like needs it or doesn't need it that everybody's life is a tragedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like some people really needed that in their life. You know what I mean? It's like there's certain things where like your life is not the same before or after, and like every person connected to the wave of current events going on needed that little wake-up call that, like, yes, everybody's life is tragic. It is the potential to end prematurely.
Yeah.
And I don't know, some of the best things can't happen unless, like, unless that tragedy is part of our life.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that, like, we can't really do anything about. And, you know, I think, like, collectively, we all agree that, like, we just gonna go from there.
Yeah, we roll with the punches and, you know, keep standing.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
100%, man. I just feel like amidst everything, there's still a lot to look forward to, and I really just want to travel more, bro. Like, I love Chicago, but I want to make moves, and I'm tired of being here all the
that's
time.
the thing. That's your youth talking. It's like it's two-handed. It's two-handed. It's one part ambition, which is good, and another part restlessness, which you need to pull back on. You know what I mean? It's I don't need to remind you. You already know.
Yeah.
But like one thing that I did help realize was the fact that like I could be 33 right now and still feel as young as I do. You know what I mean? It's like you want to be able to capitalize on the prime of your life. You know what I mean? That's really like the last big hinge before we have to deal like the great big downhill. You know what I mean? Like that 35 plus. You know, but really there's like I meet so many older people in their 40s and 50s and 60s who look happy. Make the conscious decision to remind themselves and why they should feel young.
No doubt.
Yeah. And also, like, I mean, we think of like 40 as old, you know, but like you think about it, like that's not really that old. Like,
No, it's not.
and that's the thing. It's like sometimes I feel like we're so ambitious. We want to be so great. We want to do so many things that we forget that, like, hey, like with that saying Rome wasn't built in a day is like 100% true. It's like, yo, we got time to do the things we need to do. Now that doesn't mean we lollygag. That doesn't mean you don't work hard. That doesn't mean you don't press. But also, don't beat yourself up because it doesn't happen just like that. You know what I mean? You know,
Bro, we had crucial conflict come through here, and I didn't even know who they were until months after we had the interview with them, bro. Straight up, I didn't even know who they were,
that's
and that was like to
crazy.
me, like that was probably the most like it just meant the most. Like it was God being like these like I almost inserted myself into their shoes, being like, you know, if I only have like one video that like has 200,000 views on YouTube, like what type of appreciation for life would I have? And it's like being able to see that guy and his energy for life, it being so unique. I'm sure that guy is so happy, with life. You know what I mean? And that's what makes me excited. Is like just because I feel like shit today doesn't mean like me feeling shit in 20 or 30 years is gonna be like a cumulatively negative downward spiral. You know, like like life doesn't end after 30. Life doesn't end after 40. And like there's like that door that I've always kind of like, you know, those big steps of your life. You know what I mean? You graduate high school, go to college, graduate college. You know what I mean? Or not. Have a family. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Those things become less and less scary. Like the ability to just like lock in and not worry about those things.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
You know, to be truly zoned in on something, and just like, okay, for the next 10 years, I might go super hard and go super hard at something and get super skilled at something and have it, the fruits of it not really even pan out like that. But like, I don't know. I can see myself doing that for 10 years and being 34, 35 and like being happy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like the journey is always more important than the goal. You know, the goal is going to be there. It's going to be that tangible thing that says, hey, you know, whatever. But like that journey to get there is what makes you the person that you are, you know? And shoot, it's important, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Definitely.
One thing I know personally I'm scared of in that next step is for sure the kids thing. Like,
Whoa.
at that point, that's gonna be the scary part for me. I feel that's like the
What part of it?
truthfully, being a good father in whatever situation that the kids come into the world in.
Yeah.
And like that's something that's like, I guess you don't know if you're being a good parent until like you kind of see like how your kids turn out, you know. But then even still, like some people are great parents and then they have, you know, they give birth to like mass murderers or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like my fear is that like I don't do enough to be a good father, and then my children like come to resent me for it, you know?
Yeah. Let me process that. I feel like at the end of the day, bro, like there's only so much that you can do, right? And I think as long as you show that kid that you care about them and you give them the balance of like, okay, like, you know, I'm your parent, I'm gonna guide you, but at the same time, like, under that guidance, I'm going to allow you to make mistakes under my radar, right? Not like you're in my bubble radar, but like I might see that you're gonna mess up, but I know you're gonna mess up, and I know that it's okay because you need that, right? So, and that's the thing, bro. I feel like a lot of parents, like, they're either not there for the kids or they're there for the kid too much, and they just like they drive that kid out, you know?
Well, it's like that's why I love when I see like athlete fathers who like will play the sport with the kid and like never let them win. You know what I mean? Like, okay, it's because it's the perfect opportunity to establish at a young age like you are playing with the best in the world.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a disservice to not do your best and show your kid your absolute best. That's why I know I will be ready to be a father the day that I'm no longer afraid to do my absolute best. You know what I mean? I get so frustrated all the time because not because I'm not capable of doing my best, but because I can't just like completely be zen to the point where it's like almost you ever been like on a good concoction of stuff and it's like almost like an ego barrier that like allows you to channel your best work. We all have the ability, and we all know this, to do that without any of that stuff. And that comes from like addressing your fear to truly tap into your max potential the way that you want to creatively. And for me, and that's like in the moment realizing that like I'm gonna strip away everything else that will impede my process and just act as if you're like treat the process as if I'm on my way to being the best in the world.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't say it no better.
And I didn't finish. Sorry, I had to recalibrate and find my point. Being able to deliver that to a child at a young age, like that's so crucial. You know, like I respect my father for being able to like just hustle for the things that he believed would make him happy. But I wish I had been instilled in me just like the confidence to just be a leader, not because I had to be, but because I wanted to be for everybody else. Not just not to be the leader for myself that like people could recognize, but just like being the person that people could like lean on, you know what I mean? Because like you're a human, you know what I mean? The younger that you realize the beauty of the human experience in a way that like uninhibits your malicious ego that people don't address early enough in a generational standpoint. I don't know, like being able to find that critical connection at a young age is something hard to identify and hard to implement, but I don't know, I feel like you'll feel when the right time is, and all of us will feel when the right time is.
No doubt.
100%.
So don't be scared.
100%.
Unless like
Justin said a bad word.
Yeah, FCC, you can't get us for that one.
Whoa!
Yeah, I think being a parent is just like kind of going with the flow, or like just like learning on the fly. I don't think there's anything you can really learn.
Non-stop
like you can
adaptation.
take things from relationships from your parents,
Yeah.
and like what you like. Maybe you have like nieces and nephews, and like you have you talk to their parents and like what they do, and like. But like at the end of the day, like I feel like when it comes down to being a parent, you just gotta just dive right in.
Yeah.
As soon as it happens, it's like it's go time. Like you gotta fully commit to that.
Yeah, I feel like that first one is a toss up. It's like, yo, we gonna experiment, we gonna see how it goes.
Yeah. Because by the time like for me, for example, like I'm the 5th child for my parents. Like by the time I came around, like they already knew how to raise a baby.
They were cool.
They were like, oh, like he's not gonna be that. He's not gonna do that. Like they don't have to like fully like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they aren't as like do everything by the book. Like it says to like put them to bed and they have to nap for like 2 to 4 hours. And then we wake them up and then we feed them. And there's like no. By the time that they're like, we're veterans to this. Like that kid can go to sleep for maybe a while and we'll figure it out by then.
Right.
So I think it's all just like that's the biggest thing from that. It's just it's a learning experience. Like you learn as you age, just like as we learn every day.
Yeah.
Like even after we haven't gone to class in how many years, like you still learn every day of your life, no matter what it is. So.
Of course,
Yeah. And don't forget, anyone can make a baby, but you know.
Not everyone can raise a baby.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So, strap up, gentlemen.
Well, I mean, you know.
As I saw in the Bahamas, as I saw a sign in the Bahamas said, "Don't get silly with your willy. Slide one on before you slide it in." Thank you to the advertisements in the Bahamas for
and that's
reminding me
Northside
that.
Plug, guys.
Sponsored by Northside Plug.
That message is sponsored by Northside
The
Plug.
birds and the
by-
bees.
The birds.
We're child friendly. We're all ages friendly over here. No, it's important. It's very important because I'll be honest, bro. I ain't never get the birds and the bees talk, bro. I figured out everything I know from just being, not even the computer, just being out and being around people and people just talking about stuff. And
the birds and the bees talk is overrated. It's
bro.
the most awkward thing that ever happened. It's just not. It's not.
I'm glad I ain't never had that.
Yeah, it was like I was like, yo, like, hey, like we don't need to. We cool. And my dad was like, yeah, we cool. I'm like, yeah, we good.
Yeah.
You don't have to. He's like, all right, cool. Boom, over it. 3 minutes.
My mom's friend had her teenage daughter explain it to me. She was like 18. I was like, all right.
She was 18 or you were 18?
She was 18. I was like 10.
Justino Cochino. Nah, I feel
Oh
you.
my
That's
goodness,
funny.
yeah. I would have been like,
I had a crush on her. From
man,
that
I
point.
have so
A
many
weird
jokes
crush.
that I want to get off right now, but I'm gonna be cool.
Don't do it. Justino, you got any beats, bro? Any new beat-a-roonies?
I played that one for you. Oh, did I? I don't know if I
Play
I
whatever.
showed you most of my beats, but I will
Play
play.
whatever.
I'll play some more beats. I will. I'll do it.
Play some beats. Play some beats, Justino. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, listening to us, sticking with us. I always enjoy being on this Northside Plug platform here at Q4 Radio.
100%.
You want to start off?
You can go.
Northside Plug freestyle. Let me catch my wave. Let me find what I'm gonna say. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm like Pat Mahomes. I'm gonna go to the end zone. Kick the field goal. Hey, we up 7 more. Yeah. Now I'm so teed. I'm teed up. Feeling so good. I'm G'd up. They was like, damn, man, they cannot read us. Hey, I'm smoking this beat. I'm beat up. Yeah, but I ain't no blood. I ain't no grip. I ain't no gang. I'ma live my life. I ain't no lame. I'ma show y'all that I ain't ashamed. We coming up. Yeah, we make it rain. We pause. I can't sleep. No, I don't snore. I want more. I gotta fulfill all the stars. They was like, damn, how does it work? We I'ma slow down real quick, so I spill that real. This is ISO gang.
Hey, it's ISO gang. Hey, yo, Northside Plug where we hang. Hey, every Thursday we go gang. Hey, Northside Plug, that's the gang.
That's the squad. We go hard. We got the bars. Northside Plug got the platform. Yeah, we up on the platform. Woo. Number one, this that platform.
Hey.
Yeah, they hate that we just scored. This that baller status. Take this from me, cause I think that I've had it. I think I've had it. It's just a habit. We use our tactics. It's just a habit.
Wow, this beat is hard.
This beat's hard to tell.
Hard.
Next.
Start us off, sir.
Hey, hold up. Hey, hold up. We in the mode. It's Thursday night. I'm about to ball, but no football. We get on this. We go so hard. And all them lames, all they do is spar. But I'm trying to win. Cause every day, get it to the end. And I'm with G Money. Yeah, I'm with G Note. And every time we together, we make this go so mo. Hey, so, hey, let's roll some mo. Hey, hey, though, let's roll some mo. Hey,
I'm so baked, so I'm a whiskey. Gino out here getting biscuits. Mug looking so ugly, y'all think just like Triscuits. Hey, but my pockets never black. Hey, I think my mind just went black. I walk around, I cannot lack. I'm by my lonely, got a craft. Yeah, hey, I'm standing tall, I got my staff. Yeah, hey, I'm with Northside Plug, got my back.
hey,
Hey, and this the game forever. We out here getting cheddar. Yeah, we get this together, and we gon' use this ember to burn it all aflame. They rockin' with us now. We at the top of the game.
hey. This that ISO gang. This that ISO gang. This is where we always hang. Hey, this look crazy too.
Yo, hey, I'm snacking like it's Dunkin'. Gino get this money bumping. They don't see how I've been busting. I don't know how I could function, but I'm a lover, yeah. The love is what I'm not trusting, cause this street is so dirty. Is you worthy? Don't deserve the love I dish. They sleeping on my man Steve Nash with the dish. My man's the coach and that just got the world pissed.
Hey.
But that's okay because my boy, he got that clip.
Hey.
He got that ear.
This one of them beats is gonna be like, wait a minute!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is bumping.
Yo.
We can start it off. Let's start it off.
Justino with the pad. Shorty wanted to see my abs. I'ma spit my flame. I'ma spit it back. Focused on my raps. I'ma go so hard. And I'm thinking smarter. Went to CPS, never went to no charter. I'ma spit my heart as long as it pumps. Yeah. I'ma spit my heart as long as it bumps. Yeah. I'ma spit my heart, hope it don't get a lump. Yeah. I'ma spit my heart cause it's the only one that I have.
Hold on. Hey. Can't go back, but I'm lifted. Yeah. Mama always told me I was gifted. And I always felt that I was just gonna live it to the fullest, never going. Yeah, you know we in it. Hey. Mama told me that I'm gifted. And I always knew that I was gonna live it to the fullest, man, you know we always in it. Hey.
And I feel gifted, so I stay in the moment. I'm trying to stay present. I'm just trying to hold it in, but so much I can't hold in, and I just wants to win.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh, he's finna get on that.
Kesha,
Uh-oh, he's finna get on that. Oh, no, not the Kesha.
TikTok, on the clock. I forgot the words. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. I just keep thinking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Kesha.
yeah.
Hey, hold up. Hey, hold up. No food or drinks on the table?
No.
Man, we gotta keep it stable. But you know I'm able to finesse all these words every time I get in it, man. You know it's so
Yeah, yeah,
superb. That's a yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit that yeah, yeah, yeah. I take her to the island, yeah, that's a yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, people talking, I just hear that blah, blah, blah. I don't wanna take her down, she go to the spot. Hey, she wanna chill, she wanna hang. We drink that liquor, but she can't hang. Now we smoking big dope with the gang. It's a trance, oh there, what's the fame? They looking at us like, dang, who's that? Can I get a piece of that? Be a part of that? No, you can't, cause we work too hard to be here. Let's get it clear, yeah, they gon' cheer when we here. Hey, my mama glad that I'm gifted. Hey, my mama said that I'm gifted. Hey, I had to work, had to listen. Hey, I knew I had to live it. My mama said that I was gifted. Hey, my mama said that I was gifted. I'm glad that she gave me forgiveness. I'm glad that she gave me forgiveness. Just forgive me, cause I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit that yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hit that yeah.
Hit that yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hit that yeah.
She hit that yeah, yeah, yeah.
She got that yeah, yeah.
I got that yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah.
It's a great, great show for you. Hey, and we bout to go for you. Got the drink, we gon' pour it for you. 1 shot, 2 shots, get some more for you. Hey, you don't know what's in store for you. Hey, let it pump in your core for you. Hey, I let them know it's some more for you. Cook it. Here's a s'more for you. Ooh. Want the stuff AS4 for you. You want a snack? I got more for you.
More for
Use
you.
an airhead. Use an airhead. Hey,
Just like yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
When you say that, she like yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I hear this, she like yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She like yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
She want that yeah, yeah, yeah.
she want that yeah, yeah, yeah.
She got that yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey.
She got that ooh la la. She got that yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh la la.
He said, ooh la la.
All right, man. I think that's a good place to stop the show. I think we gave him enough yeah, yeah, yeahs for the evening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, we're going ooh, I like this beat a lot.
Go do your thing, brother.
All right. We gon' ride it out until the end. I thought it was over until Justin was like, nah. Yeah, yeah, yeah on the beat. I went yeah, yeah, yeah on the beat. Hey, I'm a my star on the beat. Where Jordan at? I got the camera, they recording that. Yeah, looking nasty. Why you blowing hair? I don't wanna be a part of that. You blood. Lost for words. What I say? I got a dictionary. Yeah, it's right here, so I can say what I gotta say. And now I'm messing up. I can't even wordplay. You gonna say something?
Hey, I think I'm say something.
Hey.
Cause I stand it down 10 toes. And every time I'm out with 10.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, and every time I'm with all of my bros, we always going low. I got all of the flows and I got all of the dope. And we smoke all of the dope. And every time I'm off it, you know, you gotta go vote. Hey, but it's all good. Is he back in the hood, man? It's all good. And it feels so amazing, the vibe every time. Cause every time I kill it, man, I got it every line. Wow. Why y'all lying? I'm sipping, never spilling, man. You know that I'm not in line. Kinda messed that up. But I'm riding down Chicago skyline with my windows down.
Got the windows down, they can smell the product. I was never sticking to the code of conduct. Only street code every day, I'm that monster. Gotta show them that I produce like Justino. Yeah, we got the juice every day, that's Cochino. They don't understand G-Money, Gino. I don't care, nah, cause I'm getting dollars, getting C-notes. I'm the hero in my hood. Let me show you I'm a rep for who was misunderstood. I just messed up, but that's cause I could. Because we on the show, everything feeling good. It's feeling great. So much on the plate, so I'm gon' eat great. Got my fork, got my knife, so I'm cutting. Now we on the radio, kill it, Joe Budden. Making all this money every day is so sudden. They don't understand, money is thumbing. My mind rustling, I hope they don't leave. If you gon' stay true, then you spreading peace. Yeah, we all some G's. We so T, we living. Mama said I was gifted. Told her that I'm just blessed for her, forgiveness.
And I'm just blessed that I'm living. Mama told me I was different. And I'm just blessed that I be living. Cause it's the life that I be living.
Living. It's the life that I be living.
It's the life I was living. It's the life that I've been living.
I be living.
Thank you for tuning in, folks.
Thank you all for tuning in as always. We appreciate you all. We love you guys.
100%.
Next week, of course, chopping it up like we always do. After everyone does their homework, remember your homework, guys.
Study.
Remember,
Study your homework.
study for the test next week, guys.
Notes.
Take notes. And if any of you listeners out there want to bring on your own politicians or your own albums, we'll be talking next week. Make sure you call into that line, and we'll be chopping it up. So thank you all, and remember, everybody, I'll end on this: football's back.
Woo! Touchdown, baby, go like my home. In the zone, just go. Get some more, yeah, we can get some more. Get the dough, run around. That's that green, I got the gold. Slow mo, show 'em what we got. They like, oh no, how we do that? Let me hit that. Let me, oh wow. Let me break that down to a science. Take it from my hands, gon' have to pry it. We got two words ain't colliding. Hey, you vote for Trump or you vote for Biden? Hey, I got this money, I'm supplying.